Hi, my name is Linda Childers. I've been with Anthem for about 28 years. I'm very loyal and trustworthy and very innovative in my position. I always am looking for ways to make our processes better and to save the company money and to work our processes in a smart fashion. One of the first questions that you had for me was to describe a time when I worked well on a team. And that would be first, the end of the month. Even though we know the end of the month is coming, it always seems to come and we have a lot of things to do because it's stuff we can only do right then. And what I found works best there is I will get 3 groups of my employees. My one group that's been here less than a year, my next group that's been here 1 to 5 years, and then my third group that's been here 5 and over years. And then what I do is I take the work based on that skill level. So I know that they are working the most productively they can and that they know the most with what they're working on. I also take on some of that work that's older, that the over 5-year people have to work, and I help them work it because I figure it obviously needs someone else to look at it, and if I can't answer it, then I go and get the answers there too, so stuff will not go over 30 days. So I found that by doing that, by taking my 3 groups, dividing the work based on skill level to get my most production and my most quality, it seems to work best and makes our department more successful. The second question that I have is, tell me about a time when you had so many things to do that you needed to prioritize your skills and how you did that. Well, what I do daily is I make a list before I leave. So when I come in the next morning, I have a list. When I leave work the night before, I have a list. So the list consists of customers always first. Anything that I know I have to do for a customer, basically anything that they need access to care, they need to go to the doctor, I make sure I take care of them. Second, my boss, make sure that anything that I'm given as a deliverable for my boss is done in a timely manner. Generally I do those right away because I don't want to have those slight. Plus I know I generally have to contact somebody to find out information outside of the unit, so I want to make sure that I give myself plenty of time to do that. And then comes everything else. So what I will do is I will put on a list what I have to get done, what my deliverables are each day, and then I mark off what I got done, and then I come in the next day and I start again. So that's what I do to ensure that I can prioritize, make sure that I do things in the correct order, and then make sure that all my deliverables that have due dates are done, and it seems to work really well for me. My next question, tell me about a time you went above and beyond the call of duty, and how did I handle that situation? I had a team that was moved from one level in our building to another. It was a large move. It had over 20 people, and I had to have movers, so I coordinated all that, but it was a weekend move, and I knew, moving that many people that I needed to come in on the weekend after I thought they were done and checked. So I came in on Sunday, and I found that there was a lot of dirt, filth, stuff that needed to be cleaned from moving into new people's desks, because obviously they don't move our desks, they just move our equipment to make it more cost efficient and time efficient. So I definitely needed to make sure the equipment worked because I was going to be taking calls the next day and I had people coming into work. But I also realized that it was pretty nasty dirty. So I basically came in on that Sunday, took care of all that, cleaned everything, made sure everybody had a nice working condition when they came in. I also noticed at that time that one of my associates had such a nasty stain on the floor, and I was so glad that I came in, and I went and got her a rug to put over it until I could have the carpet people come and fix it. And then that way I knew that when I came in on Monday, that for my employees, the change was already imminent, and they were already probably a little nervous about that because everybody hates, change, and I don't, but they do. And coming to a new area and then have their equipment ready and that. So me coming in, making sure that everything was in good working order when I left, for them to come in Monday, I think made it a better transition. It made it a more positive transition, and I think it made it, just better on everybody. So that's how I handled that. Tell me about a time when you worked effectively under pressure? Well, I have that a lot, but the most recent one that I have is when I did my quarterly incentive payouts. And that was last week. It was due last week, and my boss was getting ready to leave for a long trip. So she was a little bit behind responding, and so I got it to her in plenty of time, because I always make sure, like I said in my couple of questions before, I always make sure that I get my boss what they need. But she got it to it a little later because she had so much going on. Well, it coming back to me because I had made a mistake and needed to redo it. So I got it a little later than normal, like I had to have it done that day. So basically, all I did was make sure that I had all the numbers right, make sure that I did everything I was supposed to do, did it first thing, got it taken care of. Had a little bit of pressure because it was due right then, and I knew it had to be in, so it would be on those people's checks. But I think it makes me work better when I'm under pressure. I feel like when I'm under pressure and I have a lot to do, I get a lot more done, and I think I'm more productive, and that's why I like being in operations. And next, give me an example of a time when you showed initiative. Well, right now, unfortunately, we are very, very short on work. I have 20 associates, and we're normally on the phones, but right now we are not on the phones. So we are helping with inventory, and also we're getting ready to migrate systems. So we have a lot of stuff that's going to hit us all at once, but right now we are kind of low on work. So I've had to be kind of creative to come up with a way to make us, still productive with the work that we have and successful. So I've implemented voluntary time off. And what that does is that I come in, the people have their work. Once they get done with that work, if I can't find them any more work or any type of thing that needs to be done around the unit, we've already trained and did all that in previous weeks since we've been slow, then I allow them to go ahead and take voluntary time off. So whether they have the time for it to be paid or not, they can go ahead and leave for the day. I found that makes them very energized and very refreshed when they come in the next day. It's a good break for them if they have the time and they can take advantage of it. If they don't have the time, they can still take advantage of it and just not get paid. And then I find too that there's more people than you'd think that they want to go. They got their work done. They don't want to be bored and not have anything to do. So they're very receptive to it. So it's been very positive, giving them that idea and having them do it, and the results have been wonderful. Well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you interviewing me. As I said before, I'm a very loyal employee. I'm very proactive, and I really wish you take the time to consider me. Thanks so much again, and have a wonderful day.